Hello, wonderful students. Welcome to another lesson on issues and challenges in physical and health education. And in this lesson, we are going to be looking at issues that affect physical and health education. Also going to look at the meaning of human trafficking because this is one of the issues that affects physical and health education. We'll look at the levels of human trafficking. Then we'll also look at the victims of human trafficking, that is, people that fall prey to this human trafficking, the health implications of human trafficking, and lastly, try to look for solutions to human trafficking. Now, the issues that border physical and health education ranges from female genital mutilation to participation in sport to violence in sports, availability of equipment which is almost unavailable. Look at scarcity of qualified teachers, the violence in sports. We look at human trafficking and so on and so forth. In fact, they are numerous, but of our interest today is human trafficking. Now, from the video, you can see the lady's their hands are tied, the feet of these people are tied. As you see this, what plays in your mind? We've all been victims or are access or someone very close to us at one point or the other. Now listen to this piece of information on human trafficking.
Over 20.9 million men, women, and children are victims of human trafficking. But do you know what human trafficking actually is? In a small sleepy town, people are dreaming. But not everyone's dreams will come true. Human traffickers prey on people's dreams and lure them away for their own benefit. How do they do this? Human trafficking doesn't happen all of a sudden. It's a process. First, traffickers act. This includes recruiting victims, transporting them to the place where they'll be exploited, hiding them from authorities, and receiving victims from other traffickers. So why don't the victims run away or say no? Because traffickers use different means. This includes threatening or forcing victims to do what they want, abducting or deceiving the victims, and abusing power. Sometimes traffickers promise small payments or benefits to get the victim to cooperate. And why are the traffickers doing this? The purpose of trafficking is exploitation. Traffickers take advantage of victims for their own profit or benefit. This is human trafficking.
What then is human trafficking? Human trafficking is the transportation of people from one place to another illegally or for the purpose of economic exploitation. The major reasons why people are trafficked is because of the selfishness of the trafficker. People are trafficked for child labor, for illegal or forced adoption. Another reason why people are trafficked is to recruit them to join an ongoing war. People are trafficked for prostitution, which is very common in this part of the world. People are also trafficked and forced to do drugs or to move drugs from one country to another, and they are trafficked for harvesting and selling their organs. When traffickers are found guilty, they are charged to court and they are adequately punished. There are two main levels of human trafficking. One, the national level, and two, the international level. When you talk about the national level of human trafficking, you're talking about trafficking of persons within a state or in between states and within a country. For the international level of human trafficking, the person is going outside the shores of a country. He or she has to cross the border of his or her country into another country. Another question we want to answer is, who are the victims of human trafficking? The victims of human trafficking are women, men, and children. Women and children are mostly gullible because women are promised some opportunities like working as cleaners outside their country, making more money to assist their families, and the children might be promised education or even better life outside the shores of their country. Children usually trafficked are between the ages of 10 and 17. They are given to the traffickers because of poverty, and some are orphans. While these traffickers promise to put them in school or make them domestic staff, these children receive otherwise in the hands of their traffickers. Men are usually trafficked beyond the shores of their country in promise of greener pastures and better education. When they get there, they do things such as dishwashing, refuse collection, cleaning of corpses and streets, and so many evil things. What then are the causes of human trafficking? One, unemployment. An unemployed person is easily deceived into trafficking because he or she has no source of income. Two, poverty. People who are poor tend to find better ways or opportunities to make their lives better. And these people can easily fall into trafficking. Corruption. When the government has used the resources of its individuals carelessly, the people are poor and tend to fall into that. Economic disparities. People want to leave their poor society and go to bigger societies in search of better opportunities. For war. When there is war, people run away from their current cities, and as they go to new cities, if they are not lucky, they are trafficked. Social discrimination is another cause of human trafficking because the victims will want to make their lives better. What are the health implications of human trafficking? When we mean health implications, we are implying both physical, mental, emotional, and other aspects of health. One, unplanned pregnancy. The victim might be raped or forced into prostitution and fall pregnant. Physical violence and assault of the victim, probably because the victim is not a child or he or she is not doing what is expected. STDs, sexually transmitted diseases, and STIs such as HIV, human papilloma virus, that is HPV, and so on and so forth. Depression is another one. The person becomes depressed and loses interest in life. When care is not taken, the person might die in the process, as death is one of the implications of human trafficking. Another one is fear, torture, and constant violation of their rights. The person becomes scared all the time. Tuberculosis and other diseases because of unhealthy living. Some of the ways to tackle human trafficking includes creation of employment opportunities because this is one of the reasons why people leave their societies because of lack of employment. Government should make policies, that's another one, that will make the economy grow and everyone gainfully employed, if not completely, but almost everyone. Medical health policies should be put in place that favor the citizens of a country because some of the persons who travel abroad for medical attention get their organs harvested unknowingly to them. Now, skills, government should train their personnel or citizens to gain skills because as they gain this, they have a source of income and will not easily be swayed. Poverty eradication or reduction programs should be put in place so that people can be able to help themselves. Another one is laws should be made and enforced strictly against traffickers because if there are no laws or their punishments are minimal, they will keep doing it. The heavy punishment should be meted out to offenders, that are the traffickers, to prohibit this. And this can be made possible in Nigeria through the National Agency for Prohibition of Trafficking in Person, which is also known as NAPTIP. NAPTIP was established on 14th July 2003 to combat the trafficking in persons. Any trafficker who is found guilty of sex trafficking and child labor is fined 1 million naira and is liable to spend 5 years in prison. So as you can see, trafficking is very, very bad. We can eradicate that by being contented, so we avoid life imprisonment or spending jail terms and being heavily fined.